Hey everyone. So I'm gonna do an update on like carbonation, Eligio. I don't even think they have a name anymore. I don't even think they call themselves carbonation or whatever, but that's what I know them as. So this Mercury retrograde been, I won't say it hasn't been hard on me as in externally, like my life is pretty much the same. You know, there's been some ups and downs, but nothing that is extreme. But internally, it's been chaotic. So I've been dealing with that. So I'm feeling very intense. Very, 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 very intense. And it took away like some of my motivation to do readings and all of that, to really do much of anything. So, but now I'm trying to pull myself out of that energy and get back on my grind, man. Get back on my grind, get back on my passions. All right. So, also, what has been going through transformation is my perspective of everything. Everything. So, sometimes this whole alihio and carbonation thing really makes me sad. It really makes me think about the collective and all. It's not really about him. Alihio is the most boring aspect of this energy. Like, what I'm interested in is it's the things around him, like what gravitates people towards him, what make people support him. Why is it that so many black people support him even though he is detrimental to the community and he abuses people on camera and they feel like that's entertainment and they turn a blind eye to it and all of that? It tells me a lot about the mentality and the spiritual state that a lot of people are in. And I do feel like all of this is going to catch up with him, but I feel like it's being delayed, and it's being delayed by other people who say they are against him, but in actuality they actually really supporting him. Also, I don't understand why people keep going onto his platform. You can't, like, okay, when it comes to Alihio, maybe when I first saw like this quote and all this or whatever, I was like, it would be hard for him to change, but maybe he could. But now I don't care about Eligio at all. You know, like sometimes he invisible to me. I can't even see him. I'm just looking at what's going on around him. I can't really hear him talk for too long because he don't talk about nothing. All he talk about is his fucked up philosophy, and all he care about is himself. He don't care about the well-being of nobody else. He like a big ass child. He's a big ass child. you know so it interests me how, like Elfaru and Malia and Iyah and stuff, what's going on inside of them that make them accept that type of behavior. And sometimes when he talking to other people, like women who call in, and he make points like, you know, I'm polygamous because in his definition, a real nigga is somebody who is like him, who cheat, play games, manipulate, abuse. That's his definition of a real nigga. And then the women who call in be like, yeah, their point is at least he do it in your face. So this already tells me that these women have attracted a lot of narcissistic men in their life that put their hands on them, who mistreated them, and they accepted it because they believe that's what a man is. But I guarantee you, every time a man who wasn't like that try to talk to them, they didn't give them no play. They didn't give them no attention. That's because they don't love themselves. Because if you love yourself, you will only accept what you truly want in life. Just like Eligio, he said he only accepts what he wants. They should be like that. So as women, we have to set certain boundaries and stuff like that. Honestly, if somebody, I know it's hard to be alone. I understand. I was just talking about that not too long ago. I think about events that's coming up in the future, and I don't want to go through those events alone. But I refuse to accept abuse or somebody treating me like trash or whatever. Like, I'm prideful. I have insecurities, but man, look, I have my confidence come within my spirit, my soul, and I feel like with that, I should be treated like I'm precious. And people do treat and talk to me like I'm precious because I feel like I should be treated like that. So I guess I'm saying all of this to say, like, everybody have to really take a good look in the mirror and really see it for what it is. I mean, even if you against him, if you going onto his platforms and stuff like that, as you spending a lot of your time focusing on him, even if you against him, even if you not on his platform, you watching it through like the T and stuff like that. If you spending most of your time focusing on him, then you got some healing to do, okay? You have to find something else to do, something that's going to help build your own spirit. Now, if you're passionate about this, man, do what you gotta do. Create a channel and stuff like that. See, that's the thing. See, now I feel like I'm reading, but I'm gonna get into a reading in a minute, y'all. I put the timestamps, but that's the thing. When I was first introduced to this cult, I looked at it and was like, damn, this some fuck shit. And I was just like, man, this is, I started to really feel for the community, and I had a lot of thoughts and feelings about it. So I spoke about it. I created my own platform to speak about it in a way that I know how. Because this is how I feel like I can help fix the energy that agitate the fuck out of me. Because I really can't sit and do nothing. Like, I'm not even that type of person or whatever. Like, if I got an issue with something, a lot of times if I can't contribute something that helps the situation, I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to look at it. So, I'm just saying. And I ain't saying that you, like, if this your interest or whatever, you don't have to build around it and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, make sure that, um, I guess I'm trying to say, man, it's fucking, that's another thing. The Mercury retrograde, I feel like I can't focus as well as I used to. I know I'm usually scattered and stuff like that, but I'm like even more scattered now. But um I'm not saying that it's something wrong with you because you're interested in it. I do feel like people are drawn to it. A lot of people had these type of experiences and they have a emotional attachment to it. Um but it's still reflecting something in yourself all the time. All the time. It's kind of difficult to explain because I don't want people to be like, you know how some people, like, let's use Eligio for example. He tell his members that when he beat and abused them, that he's becoming, because they projected that demon onto him, so he becoming that. So it makes them feel like they have to take accountability for the abuse that he does. And that ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that they not responsible for him putting his hands on them because he a grown motherfucker and he need to learn how to keep his hands to himself. He need to learn how to control his temper. There's never going to be a time that somebody is going to be 100% what you want. If that's what he want, then he need to go get him some robots. Okay? He need to get something that doesn't have a spirit inside of it. You know? And that's what he do. He suck these people dry of their spirit. And all they could do is be in a mental all the time. And when you in your mental, it creates disaster, you know? So when I'm saying that everything is reflective of you, because for you to even gravitate towards this energy, it's a reason for it. Like for me, for instance, I have been with a narc before. I know what they look like. I know what they feel like. I know what they do to the spirit. Okay? So I feel like spirit even put this in my path. And that's another thing. Like nothing is coincidence. Like we come across things in each other all the time, but it's not coincidence, you know? So this was put in my path, and this helped set me on my own spiritual journey. Okay? Because I already know a lot about this topic. not just through my experience, but through the fact that I come across especially black women all the time, and they being abused by a narc. You know, this is like just a part of my spiritual journey. I be going on walks sometimes and I come across an empath in a relationship with a narc. But I have found my talent. I already know what it was, but sometimes people can't see certain things. They looking at it, but it's like they have tunnel vision and they can't see outside of that. And I feel like I could bring people outside of that tunnel vision. And that helps people to evolve, evolution. They transcend that energy to something else. You know, and that's just me talking about the energy in the way that I do. They could start to see certain things, and then they could start to see it in themselves. All of that is for a reason. All of that is for a reason. Alright, I hope I made sense, but let's get into this reading. Alright, so let's see what's going on with Iyah. Somebody pulling on her energy. For real. I don't think that she's fully aware of this, but it's causing some type of transformation inside of her. There is a energy out there that's pulling on her like a soulmate or something like that. It's somebody that would treat her way better than Elijah ever could. But for some reason, damn, they might have even walked through each other aura or something like that, or seen each other or something, but on a subconscious level, it's affecting her. Now, I don't think that what Eligio is blaming on her is true. You know, it takes very little to make him mad, because he liked to be mad for sport. He liked to beat on them for sport. He liked to make them feel bad to make himself feel better, because he's so insecure. Okay? And they know that about him. So you could see at times when he throwing a tantrum, they looking at him like, oh, he in one of his moods. He in one of his moods now. So, you know, basically they have to ride the wave. But, if Aya was to lead this situation, she could do better, and she could have an even better partner. There's an energy out there. They might not even know each other yet, but this person is waiting for Aya to have room for him to come in. Damn. They might have met, but it wasn't like, I feel like they was around each other in some type of way. They went through each other aura. he might have seen her and he's in love. And it's a energetic thing, a energetic pull. Mm. But even though if they never even had a conversation, it's fueling a fire inside of her, like a spark of inspiration inside of her. And she thinking about new beginnings. Now, I'm not saying that she's having an affair or nothing like that, but you know, everything is energy. Everything is energy. So this person, she known him before. She known him before. They had experiences before in past lives. And by them coming into each other energy, it sparks something. Mm. Cause right now she feeling like all the energy that she put into this cult was like a waste of time. And to be real, Aya is like supposed to be a boss. Like I keep saying this, I've been saying this for a long time. But she really supposed to be like, you know, on some other stuff. Like in past lives or whatever, Aya was like royalty or something like that. She shouldn't be even be treated like this. She could do so much better, but through her life, people made her feel low, and she started to believe that. So she accept things that she too good for. They all too good for it, but to me, not to me, but energetically feeling Aya is a survivor. Even if she didn't have like a guy to take care of her, she would have eventually found a way to take care of herself, and she would have been good at it. It's just that she never really worked that muscle of being a boss, of doing for herself, of, you know, she put all her energy in other people baskets. But this guy, he could make her happy. Damn, man, I'm really, cause she had a few lives with Eligio as well, and she constantly trying to overcome him. Like I feel like he's an obstacle that she keep running into each lifetime, and she have to overcome it. I do feel like she overcame him before, like was able to get away from him or escape from him or something like that. Not in that lifetime as a slave. I think she died, not with him, before him, but due to him. Damn. Okay, it's like that's it. I'm feeling like she keep dying before him and not fully escaping his energy, his influence, his hold on her. She gotta completely cut that cord. And it's a internal thing, like a internal journey, because even in past lifetimes she would make certain decisions that led to him, even in lifetimes that it doesn't seem like she didn't really have any decisions. Because, like, we know a slave, they don't really have any choices of where they can go and what they can do. But, it was like almost on a micro level, even in that lifetime, because I felt like she got transported to him. But it was due to another decision that she made that happen. And I feel like it's involving a child. Golly. She needs to go and try to build a bond or connection with her child to help heal this cycle so she could get out of this hell loop that she keep going into with him. She going through a lot of indecisiveness because look, Aya is smart, okay? She's very intelligent. She know that she could do certain things, take certain actions to have Eligio accept her again. The ball is actually in her court. But it's like at this point she's tired. It's like she don't even feel like it. She don't even feel like it anymore. But she's struggling with it. And she's afraid. She's afraid of what's next. She's afraid of homelessness and she's afraid because she's at this point she's very insecure. He really broke down her spirit. I mean, her spirit was broke down in a lot of ways before, but when she joined, things was different. Things wasn't like how they was now. And she kind of just evolved with it. See, she don't think that it's something better. She can't really see it because she haven't experienced it. But like when you to that point, I mean, cause her spirit is screaming at her to do something different, to go a different route because she's very unhappy. But it's her mind that keeps her trapped. And she's starting to feel like Eligio is a burden, man. She about tired of him. For real. She is tired as hell of him. She ready to get away from him, but she like, dang, where I'm gonna go? What I'm gonna do? But she tired. She did love him though. She loves Eligio, but it's toxic. But she had found certain traits and characteristics about him that she learned to love, and she tried to like focus on that and ignore everything else. But it's like she's exhausted. She's so tired. She's so tired because he's so draining. She don't even know she got the energy to do it anymore. She's starting to have those thoughts like, is this my life? Like, she's starting to wonder about better. And I feel like it's because of this King of Swords over here, this dude over here. Like they got into contact or something and it sparked something in her. I think she dreamed about this person too. She even dreamed about this person. And I feel like it was a good dream, a dream of happiness, a glimpse of what could be. But she's so hurt and she's so broken that she don't believe in it. She feel like it's just a fantasy. But no, it's a real possibility. And she need to stop being so afraid and go after, not after this person, but after her happiness. So I'm asking, like, did he beat her? Like, what happened between the both of them? And I got the tower and the devil. Hell yeah, he beat her. Jesus. All because she spoke her mind. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know how much information is out there. Um, I just kind of been seeing like the titles and stuff like that, and people say she wearing sunglasses, so she probably got a black eye or something. Um, She spoke her mind on something, and it actually made him feel like, oh, she feel a little too good about herself. She a little too confident. You know, she feeling herself or something like that. That's what it really was. Because there was a spark in her. Something did spark her spirit, made it come alive again. And he seen it. So it wasn't the fact that that's what he made it seem like she did something, but he found the reason to tear her down because she was feeling good about herself. And something else happened, um, something that I'm feeling like it could have been her getting more attention than him. Like maybe they went somewhere and somebody like maybe stopped and was like, you so beautiful and stuff like that, really started to build her up or something like that. Because I feel like something else happened that he felt like she was getting more shine than him. So his insecure behind, um, he can't handle a confident woman. He has to keep them broken. So, and he gave her that whole speech like, you can't do without me. You won't have this life without me. Like, made her afraid of the outside world. So he beat on her and then he started to mentally abuse her. I'm actually seeing the bruises like around her rib cage. I'm not too sure about those black eyes, but um I'm seeing him pulling her hair. Damn. She wanted to fight back. She wanted to fight back. She really did. It was something in her boiling. She really wanted to cut his ass or something. She wanted to fight back, but she didn't feel like it was smart to do so. And I agree because he is bigger than her and all of that, but that's her spirit wanted to fight back and he noticed. He noticed. Yeah, it was almost like rage in her when this was happening. She tired. Yo, she's so damn tired. For real. So he beat her and then he made her feel like she can't do without him. Because this is coming up under the devil card. I also feel like he told her to do something like after physically and mentally abusing her, and she like refused to do it. Child, when a woman fed up, it ain't nothing you could do about it, okay? Man, she was fed up. When this happened, when this incident happened, she was fed the fuck up. She was ready to fight back, you know. He lucky she couldn't get her hand on something because he might not even be here no more because she was feeling enraged internally. She might have spoke her mind about wanting more or even deserving more and feeling like she's stagnant. It might have just been about how she feel unhappy. But she was explaining it in a way like, cause he like supposed to be like their therapist or something like that. So he could have even asked her like, "What's going on with you?" And she could have just been trying to explain like, lately I've been feeling like I want something different. Like I'm not really happy how things are right now. I feel like she tried to be polite about it, but her intentions was to gain some type of clarity, maybe even reassurance or something like that. But nah, he took that as her not being appreciative of him and stuff or whatever. So yeah, so that's what's going on with Aya. Let's move along. Alright, so I'm doing Visa just because some people have been interested in him and I'm kinda interested in what he doing and what he up to and stuff like that, or his true intentions. I haven't heard much about him. I have seen something, but it was like a while ago, maybe like a week ago, maybe longer though. But he was talking to Eligio, and he seemed to be supporting him now. So, mm, but I'm just asking right now, like overall, what's going on in his life. And he's really, really focused on the bag right now, getting money. And he feels kind of secure. I feel like he just came into some money that made him feel secure. But he has plans to gain even more money. But he has turned off his heart. Like, whatever he's going for, whatever he's doing, his like heart chakra is like all messed up. He's like completely in a mental space now. And I feel like he been in there longer than what he's been acting. To be honest, I feel like even talking to Velvet was a move to make more money. I feel like he has like a lot of emotions, but he's still a very mental person. He still cares a lot about money and put a lot of emphasis on money and make that very important in his life. But he has more control over his emotions than he put on. Like I remember one time seeing a video of him crying and whatnot. Like he could cry on cue. Like he good at that. He must got some water in his chart or something like that, but I don't know his zodiac sign, but he feels like water, like a cancer. He feels like a cancer. But he refusing to allow his heart to make any decisions for him. It's something that he has to actively work on. He do things to keep his emotional side suppressed. And I feel like he do it through his mental. Like he constantly learning things to keep his heart chakra clogged up and not flowing because he felt like that will hinder him in some type of way. And he do have a plan. He do have like a certain amount of money he want to make. He he has a goal basically. I'm also feeling like Virgo energy, like he very strategic. A lot of what he do is really a act. A lot of what he do, like he do it for attentions. Like times that it looked like he let his guard down, he really not. He acting that way to get attention so he could get money. But he don't allow himself to go certain places emotionally, or he keep telling himself like he really doesn't care, and it's really closed off. I feel like he's very disconnected with his spirit, especially his emotional side. He's very disconnected from it, but he knows he's disconnected, and he trying to keep it like that on purpose. So anytime y'all see him and he like talking about his feelings and stuff, those ain't his real feelings. He do that or act emotional and stuff like that to I keep yawning on him. This dude, I feel like he sleep a lot or something. Cause I ain't even tired. I do believe that Visa is into men. Even if he resisted sometimes, but I do feel like there are guys that he talked to And sometimes it goes into areas of flirtation. But I feel like he tried to suppress it. And it's not for reasons that you would think. It's not like because he's embarrassed of it, or it's kind of like he feel like that's the role that he has to play right now. Like if this was to get out, I don't feel like it would really bother him too much. But I feel like there are two guys that he talked to. One of them is not in really good terms. One of it is kind of iffy. And then this other person that he talks to, um, it's like a mental connection, an intellectual connection, but there is a flirtatious energy between them. He trying to get famous. He is trying to get famous. With this Six of Wands and this star card right here, like that is his goal right now, and he just doing what he have to do to get there. Alright, so why did he contact Velvet? Why did he contact Velvet? Look at this. It didn't come out, so I ain't gonna pull it out, but I'm gonna remember that card. It was the Four of Cups, so okay. Okay, so he did come to Velvet to get a come up. You know, he wanted to get more followers, he wanted to get more attention. But I do feel like he first came to her to like collaborate. It wasn't like um trying to get with her per se, but as they was talking, he felt like she was open for that, so he just took the opportunity. But it wasn't, that was just a bonus. It wasn't his original intent. His original intent was to collaborate with her to do something, but it was to kind of like to put money in both their pockets. And it was kind of sneaky, like he wanted to keep it on the low. Hmm. They just couldn't get on the same page. That because the full attentions wasn't out on the table. It's a lot that she didn't know about him, and he didn't think that. I mean, he thought about it. I feel like he think about everything. Like he kind of like a overthinker, but he just trying to really get clout. That's the energy. That was his intentions from the beginning. I felt like he cared about her somewhat. Like he see what she go through or what she went through, and he had sympathy for it. But he also had strong, cause he also had strong views. But what he really wanted was the attention that he would get being attached to her. And he didn't care how it was done, but there was a lack of passion or whatever. He just seen that at the time her focus was on having some type of relationship. So he took that opportunity and he played that role. And he would have went further with it if he could, but because there was a lack of attraction, like real attraction, it fell apart, the whole plan. So I asked how he feel about it now. He's not tore up about it. He on to the next thing. He on to the next plan. He do feel like she has star quality. Like he would have went further with her because he felt like she gains a lot of attention and he felt like he could do something with that. He could gain something with that. So he was willing to, take those steps with her, even if it went to all the way up to marriage or whatever. But thankfully she didn't do that because if she did, then when she opened that closet door, I mean, the amount of skeletons in there would have been ridiculous. Jesus. With a couple of dudes in there. I'm getting like the most most craziest visual. My goodness. Like I just see him in front of the door with his eyes all big and tears rolling down his face, looking crazy, and he just like, no, 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 like, please don't open the door, please don't open it. Jeez. Thankfully she dodged those demons. I'm for the ask though. I'm for the ask what's in the closet, cause I'm curious now. It really was looking like, sometimes the visuals be cracking me up, but it was looking like a scene from Get Out for real. This guy been through some things, man. Like he been traumatized in ways that it's hard to even comprehend. Shoot, it's almost felt like he's created or something. Like he's not even real. So I'm up here pulling cards for what's in the closet. And boy, mm, it's some spiritual stuff. I really feel like he was involved in some deeply spiritual, religious type stuff that he was implementing in some type of rituals that really effed him up, you know? Like he be seeing things sometimes. Sometimes he be seeing things, shadows, and like sometimes like if he in a room by himself and it's dark, certain things follow him, and I feel like it's due to being caught up in some spiritual stuff that sometimes people shouldn't even mess with it. Like if you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with it. Don't fool with it. What else I be seeing is that sometimes people are utilized in rituals without knowing. Like they could be invited to some type of ceremony or something like that, and they supposed to be like a participant, but instead they pretty much the sacrifice or whatever, and they might even call down certain entities to live through that person or something like that. And sometimes these people are hunted for the rest of their lives being caught up in this. So, and I believe that this is something that he was doing because he was trying to get ahead. He was trying to gain. Like if you not the partitioner, the one who's orchestrating the ceremony and stuff like that, the one who know exactly what is happening, then you shouldn't be involved in it. If you don't know exactly what's happening, I wouldn't recommend you do it. So he got some stuff like that in his closet that could make him seem like a schizophrenic type person, hearing things, seeing things in that way, in a chaotic way, not like somebody with intuition or, having visuals and stuff like that. Um, because when it's your intuition, it's like you know the difference. People who have schizophrenia, they don't feel like they have no control, like it's really real to them, and it's usually something dark and heavy, you know. It's not like a visual or something like that. It's like a actual person standing in front of you with a hat, that damn hat person always showing up. I don't know why. I ain't never seen it, but I know people who have seen this hat man or whatever. So, and he has a long history of doing shady stuff for money. A long history now. Golly. Like, he the type that would sell his booty hole for a coin. Okay? Just gonna say it. I'm also seeing some real deep, dark childhood traumas. The type where when he was a kid, somebody might have locked him in a room with something or something like that. Like, where is he from? He might been raised by people who was into certain spiritual practices, and it traumatized him. he definitely feels very lonely because sometimes the things that he see, he don't talk about it a lot because he don't want people, he know people won't understand and they gonna start to label him with certain things, conditions. He might have been in an institution before, and they was telling him like, oh, you schizophrenic or something like that. But in actuality, I feel like he was put in something. And it might have been when he was a kid. He was put in something. If really it looks like some type of ceremony or something like that. Dang, that's kind of interesting. Let's just get a little bit more. I ain't trying to like, I'ma put boundaries on it. I'm not trying to like tell all his business or whatever, but and I'm just a tarot reading, so entertainment purposes. Underneath all of this, I do feel like he has a really big heart. I ain't gonna take that from him. I feel like he has a really big heart, but he's really hunted. Like, he don't really know peace. It's it's gonna be like a whole journey just to gain it. For real. Like, and I do feel like he did something in his youth, cause he want fame and notoriety, and he sacrificed for it. He gave something in exchange for it. And he did gain a little, but if he could go back, he wouldn't. He wouldn't do this. And then there's other things, it's other factors. I feel like if he did talk about his like spiritual experiences, stuff that he has seen before, I feel like he has sleep paralysis quite frequently. I feel like, boy, jeez, Mises, he went through some things that kind of like destroyed his heart. I mean, jeez, he went through some things. He really did. All right, let's move along. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release this, and then I'm gonna come out um with another part. Like, tell me who y'all want to hear about and stuff like this because it's already getting very long. I spent about 30 minutes on both him and Iyah. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling in the energy to do readings. So, um, let me know who y'all want to hear about, and I'll do another part. Stay blessed.